All right, here with head coach Pat Murphy. I mean, after being cooped up inside over the winter and, some bad weather, gotta feel good to get out there, play a little game today. Great weather and, just kind of see the guys how much they've improved since the fall.
Sure. No, just how much they've improved since the spring. I mean, took a huge step forward. I'm excited about what we're doing defensively. The best thing I think we're doing right now is we're tackling well in space, which has been a problem for us. So I'm excited about that. We're running the ball better than we have. I think our linemen have progressed quite a bit during the course of the spring, and we still got a long way to go. But that group, along with the tight ends and H-backs, have worked extremely hard, and it's going to be a big part of what we're doing going forward. And we can't just rely on throwing the ball 70 times a game and depending on our receivers. Everyone's going to have a bad day, and when those days happen, we've got to be able to fall back and run our power run game and just hand the ball off and get us 5+ yards every snap.
You always talk a lot about balance. Seemed like today, the defense kind of came out with some good energy and, created turnovers. Do you think today you had more, balance than maybe you're accustomed to?
No, I mean, that's where we're striving to. I mean, years past, this has been a kind of a one-way ordeal. And I think the defense, like I said, has progressed tremendously from the start of spring to now. And the best part about it is they're believing in themselves, they're believing in the system, and they're not worried about doing someone else's job instead of their own. Everyone's doing their own job, they're depending on each other, and that's the only way you can play good football.
Probably, it's kind of why you play this game across all three phases, but, on offense specifically, losing a guy like Keith Charles, I think Justin didn't play today, but good to see, kind of those holes in terms of those kids that haven't really been playing, stepping up into those roles, kind of seeing what you have to play with.
The young running backs, I think, were outstanding today. They've had great spring all the way around. In Corey King and Joe Heyman and Trevor Patton didn't participate as well today, but he had a great spring and is really getting into the flow of things. And all three of those guys can play at a high level, and they all have different attributes that they bring to the game that's going to help us win.
All right, here with soon-to-be junior quarterback Andrew Murphy. Kind of just talk about how today went. Obviously, got to be nice after being cooped up in the gym over the winter conditioning to kind of get out here and play a game.
Great. We had some great weather out here today. We came out, got to sling the ball around a little. Defense played with a lot of energy. We had guys making plays. Offensive line held down the fort up front, did a pretty good job, so it's exciting.
Talk a little bit more about the offense. I mean, some improvements since the fall, or more just kind of knocking the rust off today, or?
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be real tough to replace a guy like Keith Charles. He's been the foundation for our offense for a couple of years now, and I think the young guys, the young running backs have stepped in. They've done a really good job, and we still have Justin and Akeem coming back and an experienced offensive line. So.
Justin and Akeem both out today as well? Not out, but didn't play.
Akeem played, Justin stepped.
So just a little bit different kind of, looks for some guys offensively?
Yeah, some guys got a chance that haven't got a lot of experience in the past. And they all did a pretty good job. They got their plays down in the spring, and they made some plays today.
All right, here with defensive coordinator Rob Eggerling. I said to Murph, got to be nice to, kind of get outside after being cooped up with, inside the gym over the winter with conditioning, and, good to get out here and play a game and, have nice weather like this.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's our third, opportunity to come out for a spring game for the guys. And it's for them. Like I said, a couple years back, I said you guys do all the work for 14 practices, come out here and put it all together in a full speed. They're not officials and all the things that we try to harp on during practice. Like, hey, it's a game situation before we come back and concentrate on Bowie State. But it's great. Kind of pulls everything together from the winter, like you said, winter to. Finish out with spring, and it was a great day. It's fun. It's a great atmosphere. The kids really enjoy it, and again, I was happy with how we played defensively, aggressive to the ball, and that's one thing obviously we've been harping on all winter through workouts in spring.
Yeah, did you feel like, you guys took a step forward today defensively? It seemed like, like you said, kind of came out with some energy and, forcing turnovers. And, one of the things I had said to Murph, he always, kind of talks about balance, and it seemed like today, I asked him if kind of took a step forward in that direction with the balance, and he said, absolutely, it's what they're going for, and I think the defense kind of stepped up today.
Yeah, we also try to tell the guys, like, listen, our guys are taking some ownership and really want to, we can win a game. We want to be the guys who can win a game, and Coach talks about it, like, really, we're the only side of the ball that can win a game by ourselves. We can score on defense and not allow them to score. So so with them, I think, buying into it, understand, like, absolutely, we can do some good things here if we're all playing together. And again, bottom line, we just got to finish, and that was the thing going in all winter and spring, was to finish every game. Doesn't matter what the first, second, third, and all that good stuff would be. Is finish the game. And yeah, I thought again with some balance, and the guys produced for us.
Anyone either household names that maybe took a step forward, or some guys that really didn't get a chance to play last year that got a chance today that really kind of stepped up, surprised you, or not surprised you, but played better than maybe fans have seen them play.
Yeah, I mean, I really try to explain to the guys how big spring practice is for everybody. We had a couple guys play a few different positions, but I thought really like Dimitri Strange, night and day from where he was in the fall, which is great. I had a great spring. Joel Jorgensen again had a great job. Unfortunately, was sick today, wasn't able to partake in the festivities here, but he took a good step, moving him in a different position, and a couple others. Actually, Andrew Leibowitz coming back senior year, just is a diehard player. Again, practice every day like it's a game, and obviously there's a few other guys, Morgan, Zach Morgan doing well, and just everybody. We have a new linebacker core that are doing some good things. So, like I said, overall, I'm happy really with everybody. We came out to practice every day to get better, and that was the thing. Again, we have some great kids that are here to win football games, and that's great.
All right, we're here with senior defensive lineman Andrew Leibowitz. I mean, obviously, got to be nice to, kind of play your first game since, the fall.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to put the pads on, start hitting people. Just makes you want it that much more when Bowie State comes around.
Is this kind of, for you, last go around, is this kind of the start of it, where you put your work in? I mean, obviously, I guess, really, if you look back to conditioning in the winter, I guess maybe that was the start of it, but at least first time, like you said, throwing the pads on. And,
right.
Just does that kind of creep in your mind that it's your last year? Or?
It definitely, yeah. It's a little sad. It's my last spring ball, and, I'm a fifth year, so I saw everyone else all my friends leaving last year, so that was a little emotional. Now, this is going to be my last year, so yeah, it gets to thinking a little bit.
And talk about defensively. It seemed like you guys kind of really just came out with some energy, and Coach Murph and Coach Eggerling both pretty happy with how the defense performed. Kind of, what did you see at least from your perspective?
I see a lot of guys running around, loving the game of football, and something that probably hasn't been done in the past is great communication. Everyone's excited. They want to go out and they want to hit someone, and I think that's huge. There's a lot of vocal leaders out there. New positions being filled, new defense. So I think that's what it is. It's the excitement of the game.
Yeah, is that particularly exciting? Kind of seeing guys, step up that maybe didn't get some playing time last year. Kind of fill those holes and get a chance today and produce.
Yeah, absolutely. I can tell you from my perspective, filling Lou Licciardi's spot and Cam Foster. You got Dimitri Strange, Eric Wilson, Richie Kern coming in. Those guys filling those roles is pretty big, and they've had a great spring. They've grown tremendously, and then obviously you got Josh and myself and Walt's coming back, and the new positions with the rush and playing outside backer with Kyrell and Tatro. I think they're good spots for those guys, and I think that's something that's going to be huge coming into fall.